Hey everyone, and a warm welcome back to the channel. Or if this happens to be your very first time joining us, I am truly glad you decided to show up today. Today, we are diving deep into a super practical, step-by-step walkthrough on how to surgically clean up hours of long-form video and efficiently transform it into polished, shareable clips without losing your entire creative sanity. I'm about to demonstrate a content flow that beautifully mimics the feel of traditional text-based editing, but operates significantly faster and incorporates tools that genuinely help you get content out the door immediately. This means we are shifting our focus away from endlessly fiddling with virtual razor blades on a timeline and moving toward a process centered entirely on hitting that publish button with confidence. So here is the common scenario we are addressing. You are sitting on hours of valuable content, maybe a full university lecture, a lengthy podcast episode, or perhaps an entire recorded webinar. The gold hidden within all that raw material usually consists of just a few truly golden, high-impact moments that deserve to be shared widely across your social channels. The old, traditional way required you to sit in Premiere, or your preferred non-linear editor, tediously scrubbing back and forth to find that one funny anecdote or vital piece of insight. Then you had to manually create 10 separate short clips, export them one by one with unique settings, caption each one individually, and finally schedule them across different platforms. While that method is certainly achievable for dedicated editors, it quickly becomes an absolute soul-crushing time sink for anyone trying to maintain a consistent publishing schedule. This smarter, modern approach bypasses that entire bottleneck by first transcribing the entire audio, then letting you edit directly by manipulating the text, and finally letting the platform help find and schedule clips for you. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm importing a short 5 to 7 minute introductory segment from a recent course I produced into the specialized application here. Normally, in a standard editor, I would need to switch my entire workspace over to locate and bring up the dedicated transcription panel, which is an extra click or two. However, with this specific tool I'm demonstrating today, you simply import the video file and it instantly executes the auto-transcription process, giving you an editable transcript linked directly to the timeline. The interface is intelligently designed so you still maintain clear visual context with the audio waveform and the actual timeline visible. But the true game-changing power comes from the text-driven controls. The very first action I always perform is successfully importing the full video file and then immediately hitting the transcribe button to initiate the analysis. Behind the scenes, the powerful engine immediately begins to listen intently to every single spoken word captured in the audio track. It systematically converts all that speech into accurate, searchable text and meticulously timestamps every single word segment down to the millisecond. Furthermore, the software is smart enough to even mark those subtle, natural pauses that occur when a speaker hesitates or takes a breath, usually represented by tiny dots in the transcript. Those seemingly insignificant dots are absolute gold for editors because every single one of us, without exception, utilizes filler words in our casual speech. That classic drawn-out pause that sometimes plagues speakers, that slight moment of thinking, yeah, we can absolutely fix that specific hesitation in just 2 quick clicks. To show you exactly what I mean, let's play a small portion of the original clip where I am introducing the core curriculum for this particular course. Listen closely to the raw delivery. You will hear the vocal repeats and those common little conversational interjections like ums and the very frequent use of "so." Instead of having to zoom way in on the timeline and painstakingly chop out every single micro pause using the digital razor tool, we simply interact with the text. The entire power of the edit comes from highlighting the unwanted words directly within the easily readable transcript interface. After selecting a problematic word or phrase, a quick double-click lets you confirm the selection, and hitting the delete key updates the entire timeline automatically in the background. This operates with the intuitive ripple delete behavior you are familiar with, but the trigger is text removal, which causes the subsequent clip to immediately close up perfectly for you. Watch this next part very closely as I highlight that very first tiny vocal pause right at the start and execute the ripple delete function in the context menu. Boom! The entire clip instantly snaps together, eliminating that initial awkward silence or breath without any extra effort from my part. Next, I quickly locate the spot where I unintentionally said the phrase "really unique" 2 times in a row. I select that entire redundant block in the text, hit delete, and the second spoken copy vanishes from the timeline. There is absolutely no need to hunt down complex, specific edit points because the text tells you exactly where the problem lies and how to fix it. I also want to significantly tighten this specific sentence. Elevate your visual storytelling through animation. I simply decide I don't need the concluding phrase through animation, so I remove it by highlighting and deleting. Even after this removal, the resulting sentence still reads logically, clearly conveying the core instructional message without any loss of meaning for the audience. All of these micro-edits to the pacing and structure are executed in just seconds, and the timeline below diligently reflects every single structural change made to the text. A specific technique I always employ is aggressively targeting and removing those purely functional filler words like so, or the tiny, barely audible sounds that add no value. Instead of cutting out an entire audio segment, which often leads to very awkward, jumpy transitions, the transcript clearly isolates the exact word you should delete. The software is then smart enough to handle the transition automatically, smoothing the edit point for you so the final delivery sounds incredibly natural and professional. The final result after this focused cleanup phase is a vastly tighter narration track that still maintains every ounce of the original speaker's authentic tone and intent. Now, this is the precise moment where this entire workflow becomes truly revolutionary and fundamentally different from anything you would attempt in a conventional NLE. After we have meticulously cleaned up the primary narration track, you can then activate the system to analyze the entire video for the absolute best, most engaging bite-sized clips. Instead of you having to manually hypothesize every single potential angle or memorable soundbite, the integrated artificial intelligence actively scans for those high-energy peaks and strong closing punchlines. Essentially, the tool is intelligently hunting for the specific segments that are proven to perform exceptionally well when posted onto fast-moving social media feeds. This process automatically generates multiple distinct short clips for you, each one perfectly trimmed to feel like a complete, self-contained piece of standalone content. I refer to this specific capability as the auto-edit for virality function, because it proactively finds compelling moments and builds ready-to-post assets for immediate distribution. Now, I understand some of you watching have likely already experimented with other text-based editing tools on the market, and Descript certainly offers a lot of power. The transcription quality in Descript is undeniably solid, and features like their advanced speech cloning are genuinely impressive feats of technology. However, that powerful feature set often translates into a subscription model that becomes expensive very quickly once you start needing to scale your content creation efforts. Furthermore, its native scheduling ecosystem is practically non-existent, forcing you to immediately integrate and manage yet another separate tool, just to maintain a consistent posting cadence. Conversely, if you stick with Adobe Premiere, you maintain complete and absolute control over every single frame. But that software certainly won't analyze your hours of footage to find viral clips automatically for you. The process of manually searching, cutting, exporting, and then scheduling every single short clip in a traditional editor is undeniably a significant and repetitive time drain. Mobile solutions like CapCut or other on-the-go apps are fantastic for making small, immediate edits, but they fundamentally lack any centralized content calendar or robust auto-scheduling engine. That is precisely where a dedicated, integrated platform steps in to completely change the game by combining smart clip selection with built-in scheduling and a unified content calendar. This powerful combination liberates you to stop getting lost in the microscopic details of individual edits and start focusing on achieving your macro publishing objectives. After the system automatically creates your suggested clips based on its analysis, your subsequent task is a quick but essential review process where you can tweak any in or out points if necessary. Exporting the necessary captions is also remarkably straightforward. You have the option to render the transcript directly into burned-in subtitles or export a clean SRT file for easy upload elsewhere. Because accessibility is critically important in today's digital landscape, handling subtitles becomes an incredibly easy lift with this integrated functionality. The scheduling feature represents the next massive area where this streamlined workflow delivers undeniable efficiency gains for your content strategy. You simply define your target posting frequency, perhaps setting it to 2 posts per day for Instagram Reels and 3 posts daily across your TikTok channels. The auto-scheduler then intelligently cues those newly created clips based purely on the rules you established, effectively removing any personal human scheduling bias from the equation. This consistency in publishing output is crucial for audience retention, ensuring your content is always in front of them without you having to babysit every single release time. If you are managing numerous different social media channels, the integrated content calendar transforms into the single, undisputed source of truth for everything going live. Should an urgent need arise to swap out a less performing clip, or perhaps push a scheduled post back a few hours, you can easily drag and drop it directly within that calendar view. This functionality essentially creates a lightweight marketing operations hub that is perfectly built around the entire lifecycle of your newly edited video assets. To give you a very real-world example from this exact session, after cleaning the transcript and trimming the intro, the platform immediately suggested 3 fantastic clips. The AI suggested 1 clip summarizing the overall course structure, another explaining a core animation principle, and a third that served as a quick, high-impact, get-started call to action. I reviewed them, made a tiny edit to remove a stutter in the second suggestion, polished the caption text on the first one, and then scheduled them across all relevant platforms. The entire end-to-end process, from the initial raw file upload through to being securely queued for publishing, took me under 10 focused minutes of active work. Compare that time investment to the old flow, which would have easily consumed hours dedicated solely to manual exporting reformatting, performatting, and sequential posting tasks. There are also fantastic collaborative features built in, which is invaluable if you are working as part of a larger production team creating content together. You can easily assign specific clips to team members for formal sign-off, leave precise time-stamped notes for clarification, or lock down final versions to prevent accidental edits. Having strong version control mechanisms in place is absolutely essential when you start operating at a high volume of content production across many different channels. However, let's be completely honest and address the current limitations, particularly concerning the automatic clip selection feature the AI provides. The automatic selection process is certainly not flawless. Sometimes it might select a genuinely great moment that still requires a bit more contextual framing to land perfectly. It can also occasionally trim a half second too aggressively on an in point, which is why manually scanning every single suggested clip before publishing is always the best practice. And while the captioning engine is highly accurate in the majority of cases, overly strong regional accents or very noisy recording environments can occasionally confuse the transcription engine. For that reason, a quick glance and correct review of the generated text remains the wisest safeguard to ensure complete textual accuracy for all viewers. But honestly, those minor, manageable trade-offs are easily worth it when you consider the sheer volume of production time this workflow immediately saves you every single week. So, as we wrap this up, the core takeaway is that text-driven cleanup gets your primary narration track perfectly typed without forcing you into painful timeline Tetris sessions anymore. The automatic clip selection feature then works its magic to pull out all those high-energy, social-worthy moments that you otherwise might have completely missed. Finally, the integrated scheduling and content calendar allow you to maintain absolute publishing consistency without having to micromanage every single outgoing post. When you directly compare the system to relying on Premiere alone, where you manually cut everything and then use a separate program to schedule, this integrated approach is just fundamentally smarter. And against alternatives like Descript or other standalone clip generators, this tool's true sweet spot is merging viral clip detection, robust scheduling, and a real content calendar, all in one unified ecosystem. If you are a creator who is constantly juggling massive long-form recordings alongside the constant demands of multiple social channels, this workflow will save you measurable hours every single week. For those of you running educational courses or producing a regular podcast, you will find you can finally repurpose that same material into dozens of new microposts that actually reach audiences you weren't hitting before. Accessibility is baked right in with easy transcript exports and automatic caption generation, meaning you aren't just faster, you are significantly more discoverable and inclusive too. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this entire comprehensive walkthrough of the content repurposing process we just covered today. I really encourage you to go try importing a long piece of your own footage, run that transcription, surgically clean up those verbal tics, and then see what the platform suggests for your short clips. You might just be incredibly surprised by the sheer number of valuable content gems that have been hiding in plain sight within your recordings this whole time. Go ahead and play around with the suggested edits, tweak a few settings to your preference, and most importantly, start publishing more content this week. If you found this specific demonstration helpful and want to see more tutorials on repurposing long videos or getting your content calendar consistently humming, please drop a comment below to let me know. Otherwise, I sincerely wish you all have a truly productive rest of your day and happy, highly efficient editing to everyone watching.